Hello, everybody. How are you all doing?
Great.
Good. We're going to wait just a couple seconds to be able to connect to audio. So just give us 1 second and then we'll go ahead and start. Okay. Before I mute all of you, can we have a big noisy hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Go ahead and mute you all. Okay, perfect. All right, hello everybody, good afternoon. I am one of the lessons coordinators at the Irvine School of Music. Welcome everyone to our May 2020 virtual recital. We have recently gone 100% online due to recent events with COVID-19, and we are very excited to be able to provide a performance opportunity for our students. These students have been working hard towards this event, and we are very excited to be sharing all their wonderful performances with you. We also have many wonderful audience members watching this live stream, and we appreciate your remote support. And now, without further ado, can we have all the performers please stand for a gracious 3-second bow? Okay, I'll go ahead and count you off. And down, 1, 2, 3, and up. Perfect. All right. So without further ado, can we have a round of applause in welcoming our first performer, Mr. Sartaj. Perfect. All right. Mr. Sartaj is currently age 9 and has been at the Irvine School of Music for almost 3 years. Currently a 3rd grader at Fairmont School in Tustin, his favorite activity is rock climbing. Teacher Salome says Sartaj is preparing for his first RCM exam and he's doing some fun songs. He finished his book on level 2A. He's always prepared for his lessons. He has a very good understanding about music. Good job, Sartaj, and keep it up. Sartaj will be playing Snake Charmer by Faber. And now Sartaj will take a gracious bow. So let's have another round of applause for Sartaj. Please stand by and wait for your cue, Sartaj. Give me 1 moment. Let's see. All right, go ahead. Beautiful. Next up, we have Miss Serafina. All right, Miss Serafina is currently age 7 and has been a piano student at ISM for almost 4 years. Currently in 1st grade, her favorite activities are gymnastics, watching people build stuff on YouTube, playing with Legos, Barbies, and calico critters. Teacher Carol says Miss Serafina has progressed so well in her music studies. It is always a pleasure to work with Serafina since she is always prepared for each lesson. Serafina will be playing Runaway Rabbit and Forest Drums by Faber. And now Serafina will take a gracious bow, so let's all have a round of applause for Serafina. All right, please stand by and wait for your cue, Serafina. All right, go ahead. Wonderful. All right, next up we have Miss Eliana. Okay, perfect. Eliana is 6 years old. She currently attends kindergarten at Orchard Hills School and has been a student at ISM since August. Outside of music lessons, she enjoys playing the piano, singing, ballet dancing, drawing, ice skating, and soccer. Teacher Pat says that I love Eliana's enthusiasm. This is her second Zoom recital. She is so much fun to teach. I look forward to our time together each week. Eliana will be playing Mr. Bram's famous lullaby by Faber on the piano. And now Eliana will take a gracious bow, so let's all have a round of applause for Eliana. All right, please stand by and wait for your cue, Eliana. Let's see. Eliana, could you unmute yourself, please, so we can hear you? Wonderful. All right, go ahead. Beautiful. All right, now we have Mr. Sujan on the piano. All right, he is currently age 6 and has been at the Irvine School of Music for almost 3 years. Currently a first grader at Fairmont School in Tustin, his favorite activity is playing soccer. Teacher Pat says, I am very pleased with Sujan's progress since he finished our Music Fun Time program. He always comes prepared for his lessons, and I really enjoy teaching him. He is now preparing to test with RCMD in August. Sujan will be playing Curious Cat by Teresa Richard. And now Sujan will take a gracious bow, so let's have a round of applause for Sujan. All right, please stand by and wait for your cue, Sujan. Perfect, go ahead. Beautiful. All right, next up we have Mr. Yesh. Mr. Yesh is currently age 9 and has been at the Irvine School of Music for over 2 years. Currently a 4th grader at Deerfield Elementary School. In addition to piano, Yesh loves playing with Legos and also enjoys playing tennis and soccer. Teacher Clara says, I am so proud of all that Yesh has accomplished. He is wonderful at sight reading, has been working so hard on theory. Yesh will be playing When the Saints Go Marching In by Bruce Springsteen. And now Yesh will take a gracious bow, so let's give Yesh a round of applause. All right, please stand by and wait for your cue, Yesh. All right, go ahead. Wonderful. All right. Next up, we have Mr. Sean. All right. He's currently age 9 and has been at the Irvine School of Music since January. Outside of playing the piano, Sean enjoys playing on Nintendo Switch, playing at the park, and math competitions. Teacher Salome says Sean is very smart and always practices during the week for his lessons. He has such a good understanding about music. I know all of his hard work will pay off and he will get a good mark on his next RCM exam. Keep it up. Sean will be playing The Wind by Chi Hua Tan, Acoma Desert by Anne Rosie, and Shiro by Dmitry Kabalevsky. And now Sean will take a gracious bow, so let's have a round of applause for Sean. Please stand by and wait for your cue, Sean. All right, go ahead. Wonderful. All right, next up we have Miss Melissa. All right, she is currently age 8 and has been a student at the Irvine School of Music for almost 1 year. Melissa attends an elementary school in Irvine and is in 2nd grade. She enjoys playing tennis and rollerblading in her spare time. She also likes learning new pop music tunes through piano. Teacher Vanessa says, "I'm so proud of all that Melissa has accomplished. She is a wonderful student in every lesson and has been working very diligently at reading music. She continues to work very hard and is making great progress for her 2nd medal level." Melissa will be playing We Wish You a Merry Christmas. And now Melissa will take a gracious bow. Let's have a round of applause for Melissa. All right, please stand by and wait for your cue. All right, go ahead. Beautiful. All right, next up we have Mr. Emmanuel.
One more.
All right, on the viola. He is currently age 9 and has been at the Irvine School of Music since February. Emmanuel is in 3rd grade at East Shore Elementary and likes to play soccer. Teacher Eric says Emmanuel is new to the viola and has been learning quickly the weird reading rules and play style of the viola, adding his own fun stories to help him remember. Emmanuel will be playing the French folk song Au clair de la lune. And now Emmanuel will take a gracious bow, so let's have a round of applause for Emmanuel. All right, please stand by and wait for your cue. All right, go ahead. Wonderful. Next up, we have Miss Annabelle on the piano. Miss Annabelle is currently 8 years old and has been at the Irvine School of Music for over 4 years. Annabelle is in 3rd grade, and her favorite activities besides playing music are reading, playing board games, and watching The Masked Singer. Teacher Carol says Miss Annabelle is a blossoming pianist. She always prepares well for her lesson, and her ability is progressing in leaps. Annabelle will be playing Malaguena by Pablo de Sarasate and Atacama Desert by Win and Rosie. And now Annabelle will take a gracious bow, so let's have a round of applause for Annabelle. Please stand by and wait for your cue, Annabelle. All right, go ahead. Beautiful. All right, next up we have Miss Swara on the piano. She is currently age 9 and has been at the Irvine School of Music for over 3 years. Swara is in 3rd grade at Oak Creek School in Irvine, and her favorite activity apart from music is crafting and quilling. Teacher Joey says Swara is a sweet girl. She has been progressing a lot since the first lesson. I believe that her passion for music will bring her a more successful future. Swirl will begin by playing Spring by Antonio Vivaldi. And now Swirl will take a gracious bow, so let's have a round of applause for Swirl. All right, please stand by and wait for your cue. All right, go ahead. Beautiful. All right, next up we have Miss Amira. All right, she is currently age 9 and has been an Irvine School of Music student for over 3 years. Amira is in 3rd grade at West Park Elementary School. Apart from guitar, she also loves to draw. Teacher Scott says Amira has such a great love for music that shines through in every song that she plays. It has been such a pleasure to watch her grow as a musician and guitarist. Her patience and consistency have helped her learn so much in our time together. Amira will be playing Star Spangled Banner by Hal Leonard. And now Amira will take a gracious bow, so let's have a round of applause for Amira. Please stand by and wait for your cue, Amira. All right, go ahead. Beautiful. All right, next up we have Miss Margaret. Hello, Margaret. She is currently age 7 and has been an Irvine School of Music student since February. Margaret is in 1st grade at Beacon Park School, and she loves playing the ukulele and crafting in her free time. Teacher John says it's always a pleasure working with Margaret on her music. While she's very disciplined about her approach in learning the music, she picks up pieces very quickly. You always get the sense just from listening to her how much she's enjoying herself. She has a good command of playing the rhythms accurately and is very attentive to the details. Margaret will be playing Minuet in G by Bach. And now Margaret will take a gracious bow, so let's all have a round of applause for Margaret.
Eki'de खूपच मोठं आहे. She's even singing.
Oh, she's doing the virtual.
All right, please stand by and wait for your cue, Margaret. Perfect. All right, go ahead. All right, go ahead, Margaret. Beautiful job, Margaret. All right, next up we have Miss Chandra, who is going to be singing, and she's also playing the piano. All right, she is age 11 and has been a student at the Irvine School of Music for over 3 years. Chandra is in 6th grade at Briarwood Elementary, and her favorite activity is arts and crafts. Teacher Joey says, Chandra is very enjoyable to work with, and I am so proud of her accomplishments. She's always willing to challenge herself and express herself through singing. Chandra will be playing and singing How Does a Moment Last Forever by Celine Dion. And now Chandra will take a gracious bow, so let's all have a round of applause for Chandra. All right, please stand by and wait for your cue, Chandra. Perfect, go ahead. Oh, actually, Chandra, could you unmute your mic for me? Perfect, thank you. All right, go ahead.
His love we must hold on to. Never easy, but we try. Sometimes our happiness is sketched. Some more time and place and still. Love lives on inside us. It all is well. When it's turned to hers, these tears been gone. But when all else has been forgotten, still our song goes on. Maybe some moments went so right. Maybe some memories not so sweet. But we have to know some bad times. Our lives are incomplete. And when the shadows overtake us, just hope it's gone. We'll hear our song Just one last fire. Outside flames.
Wonderful. All right, next up we have Miss Melissa on the piano. She is currently age 16 and has been a student at the Irvine School of Music for almost 2 years. Melissa is a sophomore at Woodbridge High School, and she enjoys reading, singing, and playing the piano. Teacher Salome says it is always joyful to teach her. She is a fast learner and is always dedicated and well prepared in her lessons. She is sharp and so smart. She has a very good understanding about music. Melissa will be playing Venetian Boat Song by Mendelssohn. And now Melissa will take a gracious bow, so let's have a round of applause for Melissa. All right, please stand by and wait for your cue, Melissa. All right, go ahead. Oh, actually, Melissa, could you unmute your mic for me? Beautiful. All right, next up we have Mr. Sean. Sean has been an ISM voice student for almost 4 years. He is currently age 8 and is in 2nd grade at Vista Verde. He likes to skateboard in his free time. Teacher Vincent says, I am so proud of all that Sean has accomplished. Both he and Samantha have been working very hard on their singing. He is teachable and has been working so hard on his Italian. He amazes me in making quick adjustments every lesson and has completed a month of homework in 1 week. His love of music brings me joy every week. Sean will be singing Ombra Mai Fu by Handel. And now Sean will take a gracious bow, so let's all have a round of applause for Sean. All right, please stand by and wait for your cue, Sean. All right, go ahead. Mhm.